Hi, I'm Devon, the creator and designer of Sun and Moon Patterns, and this is a video tutorial for my Juniper Tunic Dress PDF pattern. I've designed this dress so it can be worn as both a little summertime mini dress and also over a pair of jeans in the fall for a more layered look. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, you can do so from the link in my video description below. First, sew the front yoke to the front yoke facing along the neckline with right sides of the fabric together. Next, we're going to repeat the same process on the back yoke and back yoke facing, sewing them together along the neckline with right sides together. Open the yoke pieces so that the neckline seams you sewed previously will be in the center of the fabric. Pin the front yoke and front yoke facing to the back yoke and back yoke facing along the shoulder seams with right sides together. Sew together. Once you've sewn the shoulder seams, turn your garment right side out and press the seams flat so you will have a clean neckline and shoulder seam. Baste gathering stitches along the top front. To do so, set your stitch length to the longest setting and sew 2 rows of stitching, 1/4 of an inch away from the raw edge and again 1/2 of an inch away. Make sure to leave the ends of each thread several inches long so you'll be able to adjust the gathers. Adjust your gathering stitches and pin the top front to both the front yoke and the front yoke facing. You want the right sides of the fabric together on the top front and the front yoke, and you want to make sure to match the notches and center point as you gather. Sew the 3 layers of fabric together along your normal 5/8 seam allowance. Baste gathering stitches along the top edge of the top back. Adjust the gathering stitches and pin your top back to both the back yoke and the back yoke facing with right sides of the fabric together and notches matched. Sew the 3 layers of fabric together along your normal 5/8 seam allowance. Turn the top inside out and sew the top front to the top back along the side seams with right sides of the fabric together. Baste gathering stitches along the top edge of each sleeve bottom. Adjust the gathering stitches and pin the sleeve bottom to the sleeve top with right sides together and matching the center notch. Sew together along normal 5/8 seam allowance. Cut your elastic for the sleeve cuffs based on the measurements on page 8 of the instruction booklet. Sew the elastic to the bottom edge of the bottom sleeve, stretching it as you sew to evenly distribute the elastic along the edge. Double fold the sewn edge of the sleeve cuff to conceal the elastic and create your hemline. Press and stitch down. Sew the sleeve together along the side seam with right sides of the fabric together and matching together your seam line and hemline. Stay stitch along the top edges of each sleeve and the armholes of the top, 1/2 of an inch away from the raw edge. To stay stitch, shorten your stitch length, mine was 1.5, and then sew a straight stitch. Turn the top inside out and slip the sleeves inside, making sure to match together the notches and the side seams. The top notch on the sleeve should align with the shoulder seam, and the double notches indicate the front of the sleeve, which should match up to the double notches on the top front. Sew together along the normal 5/8 seam allowance. Sew the bottom front to the bottom back along the side seams with right sides together. Baste gathering stitches along the top edges of the bottom front and bottom back, making sure to keep the stitches inside the side seams. Adjust the gathering stitches and pin the bottom front to the top front and the bottom back to the top back with right sides of the fabric together. Match together the notches and the side seams. Sew together along the normal 5/8 seam allowance. Double fold the hemline of the skirt, first by 1/4 of an inch and again by another 1/4 of an inch so that the raw edge will be fully concealed. Press and then sew down. Lastly, as an optional step, if you'd like to add some embellishment, you can hand sew some trim. I added trim to my sleeve seams and also around the skirt. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you had a lot of fun making your new Juniper Tunic dress. I would love to see what you've made with this pattern, so if you'd like to share, you can tag me on Instagram at Sun and Moon Patterns.